I am at FoodCloud in Dublin. I'm so happy to be here. I hope you'll tell me if you can hear me. I was at FoodCloud a few years ago, and it was an amazing experience to see all the amazing things that they do. They feed so many people with all the excess food that they collect, and they have amazing technology. Also, tell me if you can hear me, everybody. Yay! Okay, because I tried this. I tried it before and I failed. So many people with all the excess food that they collect, and they have amazing technology. Also, tell me now we're really hearing me. Okay, but I am here, and we're going to see what they're doing today at FoodCloud. So, yeah, we can hear you everywhere. All right, here we go. Will you tell us where the food is going today? Hold on, I'm reversing you. There you go.
So today we're going to be feeding a community group that supports people in addiction and their families. It's called Tusnua, which means new beginnings. And today we've made a lovely vegan curry to bring over to the walk-in, drop-in centre that they have for people in addiction and homeless people. So we have a lovely vegan curry, and
look how gorgeous this is. Amazing. And you all make this from the food that's basically excess food, right? And you figure out what to
community meals, so all our surplus food that doesn't go to charities, we turn into good, hearty, wholesome, homemade food that looks after our older people in society.
Wow, that's so wonderful. And we're also, what are you doing?
I'm making some brown bread.
Brown bread, that's a traditional Irish bread.
I'm making some passion fruit for the cheesecake.
Wait, passion fruit what?
Yeah, for the cheesecake.
Okay, everyone gets amazing food. And again, like this is all food that's excess food that would go to waste, and it's turning out beautiful meals to feed people. Here's my husband's cousin.
Hi, how are
Third
you?
cousin, something.
Fourth cousin. Yeah, we're very proud of that.
Say your name because it's hard to pronounce. It's hard to spell.
It's hard to spell. It's Even O'Brien.
Okay, it doesn't look like even.
No,
so
no. It means lovely in Irish.
Oh, there you go. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to look at your questions for a second, and then guess what? They also have a cookie challenge. By the way, I don't have my hairnet on because I'm just doing a cookie challenge. But they have a cookie challenge where when they have, is it volunteers that you have do it?
Or? Yeah, volunteers that come in, and we get them thinking of FoodCloud. So using up whatever ingredients that we have here, other than chocolate, and for a cookie challenge. So today you're going to do a vegan cookie challenge.
Vegan cookie challenge. So I have, where was Billie's dough? They made some of Billie's cookie dough. There it is. And that's it. And then they left some of the things out. They left out the peanut butter, which scares me. So I'm like, peanut butter. Okay. So I get to do a cookie challenge with that. And then we're going to watch everybody cook, the professional cooks here and the volunteer cooks here. And then you're also going to... I'm a cookie challenge. Okay, so I'm going to give you my
that.
Okay. All right.
And we just have the we have the gang from Tusnua just arrived in. So we're under pressure.
You gotta hurry up for that. Okay, so honestly, this cookie dough really scares me because it's so soft. So because we didn't have the peanut butter, so I'm scared. But I'm gonna add my cookie challenge. I'm gonna add these nuts that were just excess nuts, right? These were surplus, and I'm just going to use the whole mix because I really like nuts. And to be honest, in a lot of kitchens like this, you can't use nuts, right? Of course. People have a lot of allergies. But today, you've already checked in everybody's mind. And so I'm going to use nuts. Oh, did you say you have fresh ginger?
Yes, I did.
Oh, shoot, I used all of it up without, I was going to do some with cherry, but that's okay. We'll just do this.
I'm on the ginger, so will I? I'm at the comic shop. You're the comic shop. There's more cookies over here if you want to make it.
Okay, I'm going to make the cherry one. But can I ask you the recipe? Did you just leave out the peanut butter or did you put something else in instead?
We put in plant-based butter instead of the vegan butter, and we just didn't add the chocolate.
Okay, and when you baked it, it turned out good?
It's going to turn out awesome.
It was good? Okay, great. Okay. And so ginger.
Ginger.
I have some
ginger coming up there.
Okay, beautiful. Look at the ginger bake. Okay, and tell us about the curry.
Okay, so the curry here, we just have to, the girls here after chopping up a load of vegetables. And we've made curry sauce. Vegetarian, plant-based curry sauce. And we're going to just mix it all together now and fry it all up, and so that it can be brought to Tusnua.
Wow, that sounds so good. Okay, thank you for that. What was your name again?
Anna.
Anna just grated me some ginger. Maybe a little more, Anna.
No
I think
problem.
I'm gonna make them strong.
Yeah.
Because you can't go wrong with ginger and apricots, in my opinion. Now, when I'm in my house, I don't know that anybody else in my family would like this, so I probably wouldn't get to make it. So I'm really excited to make it here because they like me to always make the same things. Does anybody else have that?
Yes.
They're like, oh wait, why didn't you make your classic chocolate chip cookies? I'm like, because I wanted to make something fun. And then, it never satisfies. So I appreciate the attempt to make something fun. Okay. Okay.
I'm using up the surplus.
Yeah.
These are vegan. Oh, they're plant-based, yeah.
Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to put these on the tray. And why don't you tell us a little bit more about FoodCloud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you know, because you were here 2 years ago, our vision is for a world where no good food goes to waste. And I suppose the problem that we're trying to solve is, on the one hand, you've got all this food going to waste, which is a massive environmental issue, and then on the other side, you have people that can use that food. And like we have the team from Tusnula here, they're using the food for social good. So that's kind of the role we play. So we've a couple of solutions. We have 3 warehouses across Ireland. One here in Dublin that you visited last time. We have another in Galway in the west and in Cork. So we take large volumes of surplus in and get it out to charities across the country. And then we have an app that links the local retailers and food service to local charities. So if you're in the west of Ireland, you can get a message from your local supermarkets and they'll say, come along, we have whatever surplus food, and they'll go directly. So half of the food we don't touch, and the other half comes through our warehouses. And then where we are here today is our latest innovation, where there is food that comes into the warehouse that we can't get out to charities for a variety of reasons. It might be a glut of fruit and veg, it might be stuff that's turning quite quickly. So we set up the kitchen here so that we'd be able to rescue more food, but also provide an additional service to charities. So some of our charities were telling us, they were struggling to meet the increasing need in their communities, their kitchens were under pressure, or maybe that they were going to stop the food element of what they were doing. If they were, an elderly service or a creche or whatever, they may not continue to provide the food. So we stepped in and created this solution where we use the kitchen to make meals for community organisations, and we've been able to scale it over the last little while, and we've big plans to try and scale it into the future. And the final piece is that the technology we developed here in Ireland is actually being used by our equivalents in other countries like FairShare in the UK, the Czech Republic Food Bank, the Slovakian Food Bank, and more recently, which is really exciting, is Food Bank in Kenya are using the technology we developed here to match the retailers and the charities in Kenya all around Nairobi. So since we started working with them in November 2023, we've actually redistributed 1,000 tons of food in and around Nairobi through the platform and helped them to grow their impact by about 150%.
Wow.
So a big shout out to Food Bank in Kenya because they're a big partner of ours. So I suppose our vision is to try and rescue as much food as possible as we can here in Ireland, but also share what we're doing with the global community that we're working with. And obviously Support and Feed, you've worked with loads of our equivalents in other countries, so there's loads of, it's a really active global community and we're always sharing ideas. So like this idea of the kitchen, it's kind of done in other countries. Yeah. So we're just, trying to find the Irish flavour.
I love it because Oz Harvest does something similar.
So it's
and also, I'm just going to say for the cookies, I would typically put these in a freezer first. Can they go in a freezer for a minute, for 10 minutes? Because they're better to go in the oven after they have chilled. So we'll put them in the freezer. And then we're going to make some chocolate cherry cookies. We have some cherry jam, which looks so amazing to me.
Do you want to hear from the guys in Tusnula to find out what they're doing?
Please, tell me.
Would you mind?
Not at all.
So this is Lorraine.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine.
Hi, Maggie. A pleasure to meet you. For us, FoodCloud is a godsend. We work with people both in active addiction and in recovery. So we do a drop-in 3 days a week where we offer food, cooked, breakfast and dinner. 75% of that food comes from FoodCloud.
Wow.
The rest we
And
only
is that the rescue food?
the rescue food.
In addition to the
Absolutely.
meals?
Yes, absolutely. The majority of the time we now only have to buy the likes of bread and milk. We can vary our menu around whatever FoodCloud have in stock, which is fantastic. You know, so it's an all-around winner.
And where do you get the rest of your food services, food that you provide?
The majority, 75%, I get from FoodCloud, and the rest will have to go to a supermarket.
Oh wow, but that's amazing. 75%
Yeah,
of your
yeah.
food is basically food that would otherwise go
Absolutely,
away.
absolutely.
That's amazing.
Because we look after the homeless as well as people in addiction in the area. We also have a big part of our service, the family support. The families are struggling. We're able to do hampers of food through the Feed project. So they would get hampers of food every week. These families are under pressure with intimidation, money, but FoodCloud our Feed is a godsend to us.
But the meals are kind of new for FoodCloud, so how has that changed? Were you already working together before?
We still cook our own meals. We would just get the surplus food from Feed. We wouldn't use this food generally. We would cook our own normally and just get the food from FoodCloud.
It's a bonus day today.
Yeah, it's a bonus day
I see.
today.
It's an extra.
Yeah, because normally we don't do meals on a Friday.
Oh.
So this is.
Is it because I'm here?
It's because. So.
You're supporting charity.
The kids knew are delighted. They were delighted to get the phone call.
I said yes straight away.
Okay, now those are Billie's. Those are pretty big, which I love. But can we put them in the freezer first?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're going to be happy if you put them in the freezer.
All right, let's see.
Especially at that size.
Are they too big, Maggie, or
I think they're great. They are big, but that's
What's in this
okay.
cookie?
So my cookie so far, I did add a little bit more of the flour just because I thought it would be easier to work with. But hopefully that won't mess it up too much. But we don't have that peanut butter, so we had a lot of. The texture was quite soft, so it's hard for me to tell. So I've added chocolate chips, but I want to make little nests with yours because I was tickled that you have cherry preserves because I love cherry and chocolate. So I'm going to add cherry to mine and make. If you have one more cookie sheet,
cookie sheet, yeah.
I'm going to make some chocolate cherry. Wow, now what's that? A cheesecake? Is that from surplus as well?
Yeah, I think I do.
Wow.
Yeah, everything actually is surplus.
So what's
That's
I
so
think
amazing.
Janice, what's the cheesecake? That's kind of a regular.
Yeah,
part of-
baked tropical cheesecake.
Oh wow, but you kind of do that regularly. Now, of course,
Yeah.
that's probably not plant-based because you actually
No,
have.
it's cream cheese.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
cream cheese to use up. And of course, you could also make a plant-based one if you had it. But it's really important with these organizations like yours, you're going to use whatever you get. So
Yeah.
you let it not go to waste. That's
Yeah.
what's most important.
Yeah, that's for all the community meals. But we do find that a lot of events now are somewhat based on vegetarian feeding food now. So it is in Ireland creeping in a lot quicker than
That's great.
what I expected it to do, you know?
Well, that's so
Um,
good. So how are you strategizing around that? I would have some ideas, but I'd love to hear what. Can I have that cookie?
Yeah, that's for you. Yeah, so we had there a couple of weeks ago. We had 3 weeks of events that they just wanted vegetarian and plant-based food. So we used the surplus of what we could, and then anything that we needed extra was bought in. But it's great because like that you're using an awful lot of the surplus food that comes in fresh from as in vegetables and fruit as well.
Well, I would think that one good strategy would be to make sort of everything plant-based that you can make plant-based
Yeah.
and sort of keep the animal products to items like that, which
Yeah.
are like clearly that, and then you kind of serve a lot of people, but you can still use your product.
Yeah, a lot of the margarine and the butters that are coming in through surplus would be plant-based. So we make an awful lot of icing to decorate cakes. So they're always plant-based icing.
so cool that you're
Yeah.
doing this.
And because their plant-based food is getting more popular, there's new products coming online, and
Small spoon.
so we do get surplus because they are trying different products, and they mightn't quite get the forecasting right
Yeah.
on plant-based products. So we are getting a lot of plant-based products, and then our charities are
benefiting.
experimenting as well with like the yogurt. We're big on dairy in Ireland, so we get a lot of yogurt, but more increasingly we are getting the plant-based yogurt. So it is encouraging charities to try what they mightn't necessarily buy as well. So it is introducing it that way as well.
You have really good plant-based yogurt here.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah.
So oh wow, that's so great, the passion fruit. That's gorgeous. So tell me, I've got my batch number 2 to go in your freezer. And I'm also the first ones I think we put in the freezer could
You ready to
probably
go?
go in the oven pretty quickly. I'll wash my hands again. So are you all still here? I'm gonna wash my hands so I can hold my phone again. So tell us how many people you're serving here.
For FoodCloud, we have a network of 685 charities across the country. So that would range, the type of services would be everything from the likes of Tusnua, which is kind of addiction recovery services, homeless services, but also really small like breakfast clubs, after school clubs, small community groups. So our role is like the intermediary between the food industry and the charities, in that we facilitate the donations, but the charities then decide, what they're using the food for within their own communities. So like I'm from a very small town in the west of Ireland, and the charities in my area, it's social services, lunch clubs for elderly people, community resource centres, so they might use it in meals. They might leave it on the table and say, look, take what you need. So it's a very various ways. So our role is providing the food, and then the charities really decide where they need it most within their services. So I think most of our charities are like dealing with families, single parent families, working families is a big one, and children would be the highest kind of beneficiaries. But it's very varied, because with 685 charities, you're talking urban and rural. So yeah, and then this particular with the community meals, because we're starting out, we're based in Dublin, so the charities we're working with here are elderly services, and there is creches coming on board. Janice, so we serve a creche here.
Crash over in the north side.
Yeah, of course, go for it.
Thank you so much.
We're hoping to dive more into the creche side of it as well.
And what does creche mean again?
Preschool.
Preschool. Okay.
So for the all going to start going to school. Yeah.
All right, so this is in Dublin, and it's an amazing organization. If you don't already know about it, check it out. I'm going to see if you have any questions now. Okay, so I'm going to go back to looking at you. You can keep working.
going.
Okay, they've got a lot of work to do
Is there
because they've got
another-
people here
Yeah,
ready to pick up the food. So I'm going to, if you have questions about FoodCloud, oh, look at these pretty, look how pretty these are. Gorgeous. Lemon drizzle.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. And I love a rice with peas. And peas are very high protein. Peas are not something everyone thinks of as protein, but they have really good protein. So good tips. All right. Let's see who else. Everyone is saying that you guys are doing an important job. Thank you. And I'm going to try to see if you have any questions. I'm going to the questions section. Wow, there's so many questions. I love it. Can you make these with Biscoff? Well, are you talking about the cookies?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
You could add the biscuit
Yeah.
either the
Yeah.
jar and stuff or the biscuits and
Yeah.
crumble them up and add it to it. You could do it with Oreos as well.
Yeah, good thinking. Oh, wow. So you can add lots of other cookies. Oreos are classically vegan, which
Yeah.
everyone loves. And I guess Biscoff is too,
Yeah.
because I had them on some cookies the other day. Do I prefer sweet or savory? Wow. I was a baker for so many of my years. I baked hundreds of wedding cakes and birthday cakes. But I find as I get older, I can't eat a lot of sweets, so I don't eat very many sweets. But I like to make them; they're really fun to make. Okay, let's take a question for FoodCloud staff here. Let's see. Said somebody have. Oh my gosh, there's so many questions. So many interesting questions, but I can't respond to them mostly. Why do I care so much about climate change? Oh, that's a good question. And they said, why do I care so much about climate change? Well, I don't know if anybody else wants to chime in, but I don't know what your weather situation is here, but we've been having massive extreme weather events all over the U.S., horrible flooding, horrible tornadoes. Of course, those are happening all over the world, and that's a result of the climate crisis. So these extreme weather events that you're seeing on the regular now, more and more frequently, more and more severe, that is climate change. This is serious. Weather is, it's so funny. I don't know if you all talk about climate change here a lot, but when we used to talk about climate change, we would say, climate change, we're not talking about the weather, because people would say, well, it's, so what, it's hot or whatever. We'd say it's not about the weather. And it's true, it's not just about the weather, but it turns out that it causes the extreme weather that we're seeing, these extreme storms, these extreme droughts, these extreme heat waves. And really, it's so horrific, and so many people are losing their homes and their lives, and this is happening more and more frequently every other week. There used to be naturally 3 extreme weather events per year. Now there's one every other week. This is a major threat to the entire world. So that's why I care, and that's why
we care.
That's why you care, and that's why what you're doing with food waste is so important.
Yeah.
Because people don't often even think about the fact that when food is wasted, the methane from that food is a huge problem.
Yeah, so we waste about 40% of food that we produce, and if you think of all the land, the water, the energy that goes to produce food, and then it's not eaten, it means that you're producing more than you need, and then when it is wasted, it produces methane. So, statistically, food waste, if it was a country, would be the 3rd largest emitter of greenhouse gas emissions after the US and China.
Wow.
And to put that in context, we talk a lot about flights and climate, but our flights are responsible for about 2%, and food waste is up to 10%.
Wow.
So I suppose we really care about the planet, and we have a value in FoodCloud. It's all about kindness, and it's kind to ourselves, kind to each other within the community, but kind to planet as well. And if we treat the planet and ourselves and each other in our communities with kindness, we believe in a brighter future where addressing the issue around climate change is actually creating a better world, better air quality, better food, more livable places, more livable cities and towns, more, I suppose, collective responsibility for looking out for each other. So that's all really core to what we're about, and you can see it here, today with all everybody working together to, meet the needs of the community, but in a way that's also protecting the planet.
Wow, so amazing. Such a great place. Isn't it amazing here? It's so fun to cook, and all these people are here cooking for people, and it's such a beautiful organization. If you can, check it out, FoodCloud, and follow them and see what they're doing. I'm sure you got FoodCloud people at the Billie show.
Yeah. We're so excited with the partnership and supporting Feed.
Yeah, and Billie's fans have made a donation through Billie's ticket sales to FoodCloud.
Yeah,
which
and
is
I have
amazing.
a stat that the support provided through Billie's concert has helped us to provide, will help us over the next year, 1.7 million meals equivalent.
No way.
Through the donation provided from the fans. So a big thank you to all the Billie fans, because you're really making a difference here in Ireland and all over the world.
Wow, that is amazing. And that's from our Changemaker ticket, and that just means that the higher price ticket, which is really the best seat, instead of just making that a high price ticket, it's the money that goes to various nonprofits, and that's the one here in Dublin. So grateful to all of you, and I'm gonna go so that everyone here can get back to work, and I will see you at the show. Make sure and check out the Eco Village, and if the cookies turn out good, we'll share how we did it. Okay, love you all. Bye. Oh.